Good morning, children. So, in the last class, I have completed the two organs, the liver and pancreas, and the stomach. About a little bit I told small intestine, large intestine. About that, how the digestion of the food will be going on. That all I explained along the diagram only. Okay, so today's class we'll start with the other type of animals other than the human beings. Okay, until the last class you learned the digestive system in human beings. So today we'll learn about the other animals, how they are going to digest their food and what is their food habit. Okay, so there will be the organisms which are three types. Majority means mainly will take the carnivorous animals, herbivorous animals, and the omnivorous. Okay, so omnivorous means both they will eat. Carnivorous means only flesh they'll eat, the flesh of other animals. And herbivorous animals, they are eating grass and plants parts. Okay, they are eating. So today we'll learn here the grass eating animals about. Okay, so this is lesson number 2, nutrition in animals. So here today we are going to learn about digestion in grass eating animals. Okay, so that means about the herbivorous animals. Those who are eating the grass, we call them as herbivorous animals. They will be called by another name also. So before that, herbivorous animals are eating the herbs. That means mainly the grass they are eating. Okay, so like cows, buffaloes, deer, or giraffe, or elephant, they are all eating the grass only. Rabbit. Okay, so these grass eating animals, you may be observed they are eating in a hurry way, and when they are taking rest, when they are not eating also, that they are sitting and sleeping, or when they are sitting freely, that time also they are eating. That means they are chewing the food. Okay, you may be observed they are chewing the whole day. Why? Because in hurry they are not digesting the food properly. So they are retrieving the food. Okay, so once they have eaten hurry, that is not chewed properly. That goes into the one part of the digestive system. And when they are taking the rest, again they will take it back, okay, to the mouth, and again they are chewing it. Okay, so these type of animals, those they are eating the food again by taking back from the digestive part. So they are called as the ruminants. Okay, so they quickly swallow the grass and store in a part of the stomach that is called rumen. What they will do in the rumen part? So grass eating animals quickly swallow the grass quickly swallow the grass and store in a part of stomach called rumen. See, this rumen is important chamber here. Here you can see rumen. This is the part. Okay, this is the only the inner digestive part of a cow. Okay, cow or buffalo. So when through the mouth it will be intaken and it will be stored in a rumen part. This green color part is there, no? Still it is not digested. So it's a part of the digestive system or part of the stomach it is. Here the food will be stored. Means what it is eaten in a hurry way, no? Grass or leaves of the plants that it will eat in a hurry way and it will go to the rumen part. It's a part of the stomach. Okay, so the stomach part, a little bit upper part, this is okay. So this is the rumen part. Here the food will be stored. Okay, when they are taking in a rest condition, that time this food will be taken again to the mouth and retrieved. So this is why it is, since they are storing it, the food gets stored in the rumen part for a longer duration of time. Okay, so that animals we will call as ruminants. Okay, so here the food is partially digested and this is called as cud. So the food here food partially digested here, partially digested in the rumen part. Okay, so there we call it as a cud, C-U-D, cud. So in the rumen part, what the food is there, that food part we'll call it as a cud, because here the food is not fully digested. Just they will swallow the food and keep it there. Okay, then later the cud returns to the mouth. Afterwards, this cud will be returned to the mouth and it will be rechewed again. Okay, so this process we will call it as a rumination. So what is that? That process for rumination we will call it. So what do you mean by rumination? Rumination means, so when grass eating animals like cows and buffaloes are there, no? So they are eating the food in a hurry-burry way. They will store the food in a rumen part. It is a part of the stomach. Okay. So after, when they are taking the rest, that time the food will be stored here. No, that we will call it as a cud. Okay, what they swallowed in hurry-burry, that food will be stored in a rumen part. That food for we'll call it as a cud. So that cud will be taken back to the mouth for retrieving. Okay, so this process we will call it as a rumination. So rumination is occurring in the animals, no? That animals we will call them as ruminants. Understand? So ruminants means what? The grass-eating animals only. Since they are retrieving the food taken back from the stomach area again, that's why we'll call them as ruminants. Okay. So in these animals, they are eating the grass, no? So that is rich in a fiber called cellulose. So they have the fiber called cellulose in their food, which is very hard fiber. Okay, cellulose is a type of carbohydrate. It is also a type of carbohydrate only, and it is present in the grass-eating animals like cows, cattle, sheep, buffaloes. Okay, so they are eating the food. No, in them, this in their food, this cellulose is present, and it is not able to digest by other type of animals like human beings. Also, we cannot digest this cellulose. This is very hard to digest. Okay. So animals like horses, rabbit have a large sac-like structure called cecum. These type of all the animals have a large structure. This what we will call it as a cecum, and between the esophagus and the small intestine. This cecum is present between the esophagus. This is the esophagus part and the small intestine. So this is the small intestine. So this is the continuation here. Between these two, this cecum is present. Okay, large area. This is the cellulose of the food is digested here by the action of certain bacteria which are present, which are not present with the humans. So here in the cecum place, some bacteria are present. So by the action of these bacteria only, this cecum is able to digest the cellulose like hard fiber also. Cellulose is nothing but a type of carbohydrate. Okay, so that is present. This type of bacteria are present here only in cecum place. That too in the ruminating animals. That bacteria are able to digest the food. Means the cellulose fiber which is present in the grass, no, so that will be digested only by the action of these bacteria. Okay. So you have learned about this one. Here, let me repeat this one once again. So this is what we will call it as a pipeline structure as a esophagus, and this is the rumen part. Okay, so here the esophagus ends with the this part. This fully we will call it as the stomach area. So above the stomach area, this is also attached to the stomach only. This is we will call it as the rumen. Okay, so then this part is small intestine, and the ending part is the large intestine. Okay, so then here in between this there is a cecum place. Okay, so what happens when the food has taken from the grass? This is the grass eating animals about. Okay, so these grass eating animals, how they are digesting the food, that we are recalling here. Okay, so food will be taken through the mouth and it will be sent to the through the esophagus to the part of the stomach area. That part we will call it as the rumen. So here when the food is reached, that is they are eating in a hurry-burry way. When they will find the grass, now suddenly they will start to graze it. Okay, when they are grazing, they are eating hurry-burry way. Okay, so it will go and collected in the rumen part. So here the food will be called as the cud part. Cud. Okay, that cud, when they are taking the rest, after eating they will go to their sheds and they are sleeping or sitting there now. That time this food will be taken back to the mouth and chewed again. Okay, so slowly they will chew it again and make it as a soft and soluble form. Okay, so this re-chewing is done in this type of animals. No, that's why this process we will call it as a rumination. So rumination is occurring in the animals like cows, buffaloes, cattle, sheep, like that animals. No? So those animals we call them as ruminating animals. Okay. Since this is more majority of time the food will be remaining in the rumen, maybe that's the reason also they are called as ruminants. Okay. Then the food will be digested by the activities of the bacteria only here. Okay, so in the stomach area also and in the small intestine, because of the bacteria, this food will be taken, no, grass, leaves, branches of the trees, that all we are eating, no, that time only, all these bacteria, some of the bacteria will go inside the stomach area. So in stomach also, they are secreting some digestive juices and some bacteria. By the action of so many bacteria are there, they are able to digest this food. So mainly in the cecum region, okay, this is present between the small intestine and the esophagus. In between these two regions, cecum is present. Here, by the action of bacteria, the food will be completely digested and remaining salts, water content all absorbed in large intestine, and then later on it will send to the anus part. There, the unwanted things will be removed. Okay. So in this way, the ruminants are digesting the food. Understand, children? So this is about the ruminants. Now we spoke to you about the human body, digestion in the human beings, and the digestion in the ruminants. Okay, grass-eating animals. So these are all having the well-developed digestive system, stomach, glands, all they have. But what about the other animals which are not having like this system? Okay, so you know the single-celled organisms. Okay, so like amoeba, euglena, paramecium, these are all single-celled organisms. Okay, so in them there are no body parts like this. Digestive system is not there, mouth, esophagus, like the separate divisions. Organs are not there. Okay, so what about these organs? How do they digest their food? Let us discuss about those type of animals. Now, we are talking about feeding and digestion in amoeba. How the digestion will occur in amoeba? And what is the feeding habit? Means with what way the food will be taken, that we will learn here. Okay. You know, amoeba is irregular in shape. Okay. So any shape of amoeba you can write. Here what they have given, little bit like that I am writing. What are the parts are there? I'll explain you that one. So this is the structure of amoeba. So this is a yellow colored what I am drawing here. This is the jelly-like cytoplasm. Okay. Let me finish this one. You also must learn to draw this figure, children. Say biology means you have to learn to draw the figures. That too very neatly. So now this is amoeba, what I have written. Let me write the parts. Nucleus, pseudopodia, then food particle. This is the food particle. Ejected waste. Okay. Food vacuole. Food vacuole. So inside this all cytoplasm. Okay. Now let us talk about this one. Amoeba is a microscopic single-celled organism. Okay, we cannot see this one in a naked eyes. Always this will be in a water. Okay, so very small and minute in structure. So only we'll call it as a single-celled organism. Only one cell is present. Okay, invisible to our naked eyes. We have to see it in a microscope. Okay, so this is found in water. So amoeba has a cell membrane. So this part we will call it as a cell membrane. The outer covering we will call it as a cell membrane, and this cell a rounded dense nucleus. See here, rounded dense. Dense means thicker. Okay, it is thick, rounded shaped nucleus it is having, and many small bubble-like vacuoles. So these we will call it as the vacuoles. Small bubble-like, like water bubble will be appearing, no? Like that bubble-like vacuoles are present. Vacuole means empty places. Water bubble is present means inside that nothing will be there. Like that, the vacuoles are present here and there. So these are all surrounded or placed in the cytoplasm. Okay, there is a thick jelly-like substance. In that, these are all embedded, means placed inside that cytoplasm. Okay, liquid part of it is called as a cytoplasm, in which all these food vacuoles, and nucleus, and this all are present. And this is covered by outer membrane called cell membrane. Okay, so in the amoeba constantly changes its shape. Okay, it is not in one shape only. It is constantly changing the shape. How it will change the shape? Because of this false feet. This is appearing, no, when its body will move towards one part, means this like finger-like projections. Okay, that projections will act as a hands and legs to this amoeba. Okay, they are acting like the movement, they are acting like organs for the movement. Okay, since they don't have any legs or hands for the movement in the body, they'll use like this projections which are coming out from their body. We'll call them as pseudopodia. Okay, pseudopodia means false feet. False feet. Feet means what do we have the hands, no? And legs, that for feet we'll call it. Okay, they have the false feet because it is not always present in the same place. Okay, sometimes they'll use this part, sometimes they'll use this false feet, sometimes they'll use this feet. Okay, so that's why it is not always present like how it is now. Next moment only it will change its body shape, because these extensions are there, no? They are coming out from this body anywhere from. Okay, that's why they are called as the false feet, and this is helping in capturing the food. It is helping in the movement of the body also, and also it is helping it to capture the food. Okay, so when it see the food, that time it will extend its pseudopodia. It will extend or move its pseudopodia towards the food. Okay, so when it, since it is very small, it is feeding on the very small, minute, microscopic food items only. Means small organisms only it will eat. So when it find the organism is near to its body, immediately it will extend its finger-like projections like pseudopodia around the food and it engulfs it. Okay, so when it engulfs it, it will move into the food vacuole. There, when the food is come to this vacuole, it starts to secrete some digestive juices there. With that, it will digest in all the way. This is the way of capturing the food. Okay, with the help of pseudopodia, it will around the food, it will move its pseudopodia and engulfs it. Okay, so after engulfing, the food will be entered into the food vacuole. So there, the food, when it enters to the food vacuole, the digestive part, means digestion will start there only. It secretes some digestive juices. Then with that juice, it will be melted as simple and soluble form. Then that will be absorbed by these body cells and utilized for the further process. Then after the eating of the food, digestion is completely get over, it will form the unwanted things also. Okay, that unwanted waste materials will be again eliminated or ejected through this another phase of body, that is through the pseudopodia only. Small opening they will make and they will be leave it out. Okay, waste material will be thrown out. In this way, the complex material what it has taken inside, that will be broken down in the food vacuole and made into simple and soluble form, and there only absorption and utilization to the whole body for they will circulate it. Okay, so the absorbed substances are used for the growth and maintenance and the multiplication. Okay, multiplication means here the amoeba whole will divide into 2-3 parts and it is going to act as a new individual. Okay, so this is by division method. They are doing the multiplication and new cells will be forming. So in this way, the amoeba will be intake of the food, that is ingestion, digestion, okay, absorption, utilization here only, and elimination, addition. All these 5 steps will be followed as in human beings with the only one cell only. Okay, so this is very interesting because with having only one cell, it is able to do all the steps of digestion. Got it, children? Okay, so in this way, all the basic necessities of amoeba will be completed. Okay. So the basic process of digestion of food and release of energy is same in all animals. In later chapter, we will study about the transport of food, how transport of food will be done in the animals also and plants also. We will study in the later chapter. Understand, children? So this is the end of the lesson about amoeba. I told you. And one more thing I wanted to tell you, in your classwork, while printing, they have not given last ending 2 lines of a question. It is not written. Okay. So you didn't get, I think, that one. That I am giving on the board. See, lesson number 1. This is lesson number 1. Question 4. Okay. So answering point B. It is missing there in your classwork. See, this last 2 lines, it is not printed there. That you take down, children. I am giving on the board. Okay. So where the sunflower is there, below that second point, you are not getting in your classwork. So that you write down, children. B point, it is carbon dioxide from the air enters the leaves through the tiny pores called, okay, stomata. So this much next page, stomata from it is there. Okay, so up to this course called, up to here, it is here in this page only. The 2 lines are missing that I saw in your classwork, those who bought. Okay, and many children are not bringing the notes, children. Okay, you have to write compulsorily. And I told you, no, this month 12th, the first round test is started, we're going to start. That's why before the test only, you have to bring the classworks and submit to us. Without seeing the classwork, how can you write and read the questions? Okay, that's why I'm telling you have to write and submit to us. Get the corrections on every Wednesday. Understand? So if you are not submitting the classwork, we are not going to correct your answer sheets also. Okay, so you have to write for all the tests, 1 book you keep, children, that is enough. Okay, 1 book, long book you keep for all the tests. And exam for, if we are telling, if school is not open, you are going to write all the tests and exams in that the same book only. So 1 long book you take, you start with that, all the tests, first round test, date, everything you have to write very neatly, only answers you write. Okay, wherever necessary, there only you can write. If you want match the following part, okay, you can write both the sides. Okay, so remaining all you will have to write only the answers. Coming to the diagram part, write very neatly. 1 diagram will be there. That all you write neatly and submit to us. The which day ma'am has sent you the message, that day only you have to submit. Got it? So now soon you are getting the FA1 test timetable also. Okay, before that you have to complete the classwork and submit to us. Okay, it is very important. Without having the classwork, you cannot read, you cannot write your test. That's why we are telling you, inform your friends also. Those who given no, okay, you start reading. Those who have not written yet, you have to write fastly and submit to the respective teachers. Lesson number 1 and 2. Only these two lessons are there for the test. Understand? The two lessons you have to read and submit the classwork. Understand, children? Okay? Thank you, one and all.